What's going on, guys?
How's it
Good
going?
evening.
Good evening. Welcome to our version, or having Hobie Eyewear on with us tonight. We're gonna get to talking and introduce Dylan and Steve here in just a few, but we'll wait a couple minutes and let some folks hop on, and then we'll get started. We typically just open our stuff with just by talking. I mean, it's nothing real fancy here. We got a lot of anglers here in Florida that come on, a lot of new members that are joining the club as well. So, and they've all asked for an eyewear sponsor. And we finally got a really good one. So we're super stoked by it, and we're glad that you guys are our first sponsor that's hopped on this year to come on our lives. We plan on doing this pretty much throughout the year. So we're very, very fortunate to have Dylan and Steven here with us this evening. And we're going to let Todd. Todd is one of our guys who does all of our interviews and stuff. It's more of his forte. So we're going to kind of turn this over to Todd for the first half of the live tonight. But what we're going to do is we're just going to kick it off. Dylan and Steven, whichever one of you guys want to go first, you guys can introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about Hobie and what you guys do, and then we'll get into the Q&As and things and what we can do to kind of help you guys here down in Florida as well. So I'll turn it over to which one of you guys wants to go first, and then back over to Todd. So
yeah, absolutely. So name's Dylan Coates, marketing manager for Hobie Eyewear. And, I do everything from managing our events, met you guys at ICAST, made the connection there, managing our partnerships, Hobie Bass Open Series, amongst many others, athlete management, social media, really no shortage of things we do over here. We like to say we wear a lot of hats, but, get our hands involved in a lot of things. But, all things marketing and partnerships wise, I'm the guy that handles that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dylan. Steven?
Yeah, hi, I'm Steven Vaughn. I'm Director of Product Development for Hobie Eyewear. I've been with the company for 17 years. And I'd like to say I have one of the best jobs in the company.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for coming on, and we're super excited to be able to have you guys step alongside with us and sponsor us and hopefully put some of those sunglasses on our anglers, man. We love them. I know Todd met you guys at ICAST. I was at work that day, but Todd and I think it was Dave, right? Was out there speaking with some of you guys, David Myers. So you guys were fantastic, very welcoming, and those are the type of companies that we look forward to in our club and having sponsor, because again, man, eyewear on the water is extremely important, and the ones that float, even better. I can't tell you how many pairs of sunglasses I have at the bottom of many lakes. So we're looking forward to getting them on our faces and enjoying them. Oh, but Todd, I'll turn it over to you. People are already commenting about my stash, so I'm gonna turn it over to Todd. Yeah.
Well, like I said, we keep it pretty informal. So tell us a little bit about your stash real quick, Bailey.
Well, it's iconic. It's been around for about 4 years now. And I messed up. I fished a 36-hour event last week, from Friday to Sunday, and I came home super tired, went to shave for work, and I messed up. So I had to come off. I don't get to grow a gnarly beard like Dylan here. I'm in the military, so a stash is pretty much all I got. And I hold on to it very dear. So where it's gone, people notice it, and it's coming back. I'm getting it there. You guys can see the suntan line too. My whole face is starting to peel. So it's going to be fun trying to get over this situation I got going on. But yeah, thanks, Todd.
Excellent. Yeah, no problem. As in the comments here, David Myers put Dylan even does carpeting, and I'll throw in electric. He runs electrical wiring as well. So when we were at ICAST, he was laying out the carpet, pulling it up, running wires all over the place. So, there's no job that Dylan can't do.
That's funny. I was going to bring that up, mentioning that we wear all hats, because when you first came over, I was like, I can't talk to you right now. I'm literally taping down wires, but you guys came back. We made the connection.
Yeah.
We were talking to AJ, and he's like, you need to talk to Dylan, but he's over there laying wires.
So how was ICAST for you guys this year? We noticed that you guys were kind of back over there. How did that go this year? Is it pretty well?
Yeah, so it's been better every year. We've expanded our footprint every year we've been at that show, from being part of Hobie's booth to having our own little 10x10 booth, to then 10x20, 20x20 booth. Like I said, every year it gets bigger and better. It's been a great show for us. As we increase our footprint, we tend to see more success and build more brand awareness. I would say the traffic was probably down this year compared to the year before. But what I kept telling everyone is that we had a lot of quality over quantity. So the people that were coming to our booth, we were having more meaningful conversations. Our sales team was writing more orders. And, we had, like I said, just a lot of good conversations for better opportunities in the future. So, like I said, it's always successful, but we feel like we really have the momentum building more and more each year.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, we definitely noticed your booth was a lot bigger this year, and where it was at. So that, and it was, I think it was awesome too. I went by it a few times, and you guys always had folks there in the booth talking to. So I didn't want to interrupt. I came the day after Todd and those guys, and I didn't get a chance to come by and say thanks. But no, that's why we're glad to have you on here to say thank you guys here. But yeah, Todd, I'm sorry I keep interrupting.
No, that's all good. That's all good. Like I said, it's just informal, so anybody jumps in and says anything. I am not one of. Bailey says I'm the one that talks about or does answer or ask the questions and stuff. I just talk. So, but what I like to normally do when we have people on here is I like to find out a little bit about you guys first off, right? So whoever wants to talk, I mean, you told us what you do at Hobie, but just tell us a little bit about you and where you're from, those kind of things, so our audience actually has a little better idea who Dylan and Stephen really are.
Yeah, I'll kick it over to Steve for that one. He's sort of the most interesting man in the world. We call him Vacation Steve in the office because he's always traveling. So whether it's for work, but that's a little tidbit about Steve.
There's some truth to that. Yeah, so I've already mentioned that I do product development for Hobie Eyewear. One of the most rewarding parts of my job is that I am a user of our product. Like if I didn't even work for the company, it'd be a brand that I would wear for sure. I've been a fisherman my whole life. My uncle taught me when I was a kid, and I still have my original Berkeley blazer with the little neon sort of tip at the end. So like as a kid, you could see when you're getting a hit. And that still sits in my garage, and I use that as a beater rod, or like if someone wants to just fish, and like I'll take this one. Don't blow up any of my St. Croix rods or whatever, So I've been fishing my whole life. I live on Long Island. Ironically, I'm more of a freshwater guy. Never really got hugely into saltwater, and honestly, for saltwater, it really helps a lot to have a boat. But I'm at my happiest when I'm on like a nice stream or a lake, upstate New York, up in Vermont, places like that. So I love to do a lot of bass fishing. I like fly fishing. Fly fishing is maybe my favorite, but the stars usually have to align a little bit better on there, a little bit more there, because it's a little bit, you can go cast a casting rod just about anywhere, but a fly rod, you need the space behind you, the right kind of fish that you want to go for, and you have to be a little bit more dialed in for that. But I love both those kinds of fishing, and I did actually recently get myself set up with a saltwater fly rig, so at least I can go. I live like 10 minutes from the shore here, so it seemed crazy not to at least just go and take some casts and catch some cocktail blues or weak fish or things like that might be coming by. So and the occasional striper. But that's the long and the short.
Do you own a kayak, Stephen? Do you fish a kayak at all?
I do not. Not yet, let's say. I do some paddleboard fishing. For me, it's just a little easier to take a paddleboard, inflate it, and be on the water in a short amount of time. I really had a lot of fun with that. I own one of the newer Hobie inflatable paddleboards, and it's their I wish I remembered the name of it. I think it's called the Recon, but it's the one that's outfitted for fishing. So it's 11 feet 6 inches long, 34 inches wide, and it's just got all the mounts for rod holders. I stick a cooler on it. I use it as a seat when I want to sit a little bit, but it's just fun. I made a killing up in Connecticut on Candlewood Lake. I was catching smallmouth like every third cast. It was so much fun.
Oh wow.
Very
love to catch some smallmouth. Up here. It's just the green fish. So
yeah.
Excellent. Dylan, or go ahead, Stephen. Keep going.
Yeah, no, that's the basics, I guess.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I grew up in Long Island as well. Used to be in the office with Steve, and then 2.5 years ago, I had an opportunity to come down to Raleigh. So I work remote down there now. So had done some saltwater fishing. My grandpa used to own a boat back in the day, so I would do that on the Long Island Sound with him. Do some freshwater fishing upstate New York, and then now I got plenty of lakes by me. So doing more of the freshwater now that I'm down here, and I enjoy that a little bit more.
You own a kayak as well, or no?
I do not own a kayak. I have 2 young kids, so unfortunately, a kayak is I don't quite have the time to get out there on one right now. But that'll change at some point. Steve's lucky; his kids fish, so he gets to go out with them and do all that stuff.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, you'll definitely be able to once you get a little bit older. How old are your kids?
1 and 3. So I've got some time, but as they start to get into it, that's definitely something on the table.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome.
Mine are a little older. I can go drinking with them now.
Oh, that's a great age there, and they pay their own bills, so that
exactly. They're 26 and 23.
Oh wow, you definitely do not look like you could have a 26 or children in the 26s. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've hung out with Steve's kids before, and they're like friends more than like he's their dad. It's kind
of really.
That's awesome. I'm hoping to get to that point, that level at some point. So
that's a fantastic relationship to be able to have that with your kids for sure. So that's not always that case. So awesome.
So, I guess if y'all don't mind, go ahead and tell us a little bit about Hobie Eyewear and what makes you guys different, stand out from other competition, all of that good stuff.
Yep. So most people don't realize we've been making polarized eyewear since 1982. That's how long Hobie's been doing it. The brand started with surfboards in 1950, moved into catamarans in the 70s, did a lot of sailing, and then eventually kayaks. So that's kind of how most people, especially in the fishing space, know them. But we've been there. We've always been making polarized eyewear for the water, built for the watermen. And what we say is when we're developing products, there's many challenges that someone would face on the water. We're always looking to innovate to find solutions for those challenges. So, as you mentioned before, our floating collection, if you haven't lost a pair on the water, you haven't spent enough time on the water. So that's, the biggest solution we've probably come up with to date. But, we have premium lenses right up there with the top guys in the market, lifetime warranty, floating. Our price point is only 80 to 110. So, you factor in all of those things, we really provide the most value on the market compared to any other sunglass brand out there. So, whether you're someone that's spent $200, $300 on your sunglasses, lost them, and now you're like, let me not spend as much, or let me get 2 pairs for the same price, we're a great option. Or if you're someone that always bought gas station sunglasses, you're like, I want to get a little bit more serious about my fishing. It's a good step up without having to, shell out that type of money. So we're kind of in that sweet spot for all anglers.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And it, like you said, we're going to be doing a giveaway too, where I think we're going to give away a pair of Hobie Eyewear tonight to the folks that are watching this as well. So that's going to be interesting. But I think you guys gave us some product that we're going to be giving away at all of our events. Actually, this year we linked you guys up with the Big Bass. So Big Bass at each event this year is going to be walking away with an awesome pair of sunglasses that you guys have donated to the club. We do have a question down here for you guys too from Christopher Blanco. He says, do you guys have prescription glasses on all models?
I'm glad that question was asked because that's Steve's specialty. So I'll let him dive into that.
So most of our glasses are RX friendly. Now there's a little bit of a caveat to that, and this would be the case with any other brand because it's just physics. If you have a very heavy prescription, a more full wrap frame sometimes doesn't play well with a heavy prescription, because now not only are you dealing with thicker lenses, but you're dealing with the curvature of the glass, and it can create some refraction going on there that's not really intended. The reason why most optical frames are almost completely flat is because that's really the best way to have an RX lens. On our flatter, more lifestyle frames, those can handle a much wider range of RX lenses. And then on the wraps, we can do most everything, but sometimes you get into these really, really heavy ones where the lens just gets too thick. But largely speaking, yes, that works. And we'll end with a little demo of one particular product that we're very proud of in the optical arena.
You can hit that now.
You want to get into that now? All right.
Why
So, so I'm actually wearing a pair of our optical frames. This style here is called Lennox. It's part of what's called our Duo collection. So this collection is, you know, if you go and get your RX put in regular frames, like our normal frames, that can get quite expensive if you now say, well, I want a gray pair for a bright day. I want maybe a copper or a low light lens for another, low light day, or dawn and dusk. That can start to get expensive because now you're getting all these different RXs put. And when you do a polarized RX lens, that can be one of the most expensive combinations that you can get into. In this case, these are my everyday lens. These are my everyday frames that I would have anyway. But the beauty of these is we have this magnetic interchange that just clicks right on. We've got magnets on the corners here of both the frame and
Oh, wow.
And then there's like just a little hook happening back there for extra stability. But they literally click on. I mean, it is the fastest interchange you can get out there. So conditions change. You can just change out your lenses in no time. If you want something a little bit more, more all around that you could wear at like a wedding or something more formal, you can have a gray pair. If you want our low light Sightmaster lens, you can have that. So we have 5 different lens choices for all possible conditions a fisherman could run into that are ideal for certain fishing types and conditions and so on. And that's our Duo collection. So for only $120, you get the frames, which is already in and of itself a steal. But then you get the clip of your choice. And then you can either go through our website or through one of our retailers to work on getting your RX filled, or you can just order it and take it to your own optician, which usually is the better move, just because face-to-face is always going to be an easier way for them to get you fitted and then check the quality of the RX job after the fact. But the beauty is you're only getting one prescription, and I like to say you have 6 glasses in one, because I have my everyday non-tinted lens glass, and then 5 different, up to 5 different of these magnetic clips. And
so what's the price point on the lenses? If once you buy the set, what can you go out and get those other lenses?
Yep. So a non-mirrored is $40, and the mirrored is $50. And just so you know, because there are similar products out there, but one very important distinction is we use the same quality polycarbonate 2.0 millimeter lenses in these clips that we do in our regular sunglasses. So a lot of times, like if you see something like this, it'll have a very thin and cheap, it's kind of what you find in those like gas station glasses. It's called TAC, triacetate polarized lenses. They're so flimsy, you can basically flip them in and out. Like just pop them inside out. They're so cheap. This is the same quality lens you'd get if you just bought one of our frames and you didn't need an RX. So the quality is not compromised whatsoever, but now you have that added flexibility and cost efficiency of having one set of lenses for the one frame that can do it all.
Oh, wow. And what is the material for the frame? Is that metal, or is that like a
no?
thin metal?
So this frame is actually made of a very flexible plastic. It's called Ultem. So you'll see it's super flexible. So it doesn't even need spring hinges, because the frame itself has so much pliability, and it bounces back into shape. And then the other nice thing is at the end of the temples here, this last section from here to here is rubber with a wire core running through the inside. So that allows you to also then just bend these as you need to fit your exact head shape, where your ears are and everything. So it's really a fully customizable fit. We have 3 options in terms of the face shape and size, but beyond that, it fits everybody.
Oh, wow. That is, I haven't seen those. That's awesome. That is really cool. We do have a question here.
Or is it on the market already, or is it coming to market?
Yeah, it's on the market. You can buy it on our website, and like Steve said, you can either select them and then go directly online through our lens provider and fulfill the script that way. Or, you can just order the frames and the clip and bring them to your eye doctor and have them fulfill it. Only recommendation we make is just send them the frame and the clip, because they'll know where to set the lens in the frame. Yeah, and it's a 20% off Labor Day sale going on right now.
It looks like we already got some folks going on there and gonna be buying some stuff. So.
Excellent.
Yeah,
we're driving traffic.
I've got another question. Do they float? Do those float like your other eyewear?
So
these particular ones don't float. If they could, they would, but because of the very lightweight and thin material, there's just simply not enough frame material to overcome. Because on our floating frames, it's the frame that floats, and the lenses typically don't float. So there's just not enough mass. But what we do sell on our website as an add-on for people who just want a retainer in general, but particularly if they want a floating retainer, is we have a nice retainer with very comfortable foam that runs right across the back of your neck. So unlike other retainers, which are either like a thin cable or just have something rubbery back there, and on a sunburn that just stings like hell, it's got a super nice, comfortable closed cell foam little buoy sort of going on in the back there, and you can adjust the length of it. It's fully adjustable retainer, and then put that on any of our glasses and they'll float.
Yep. And all of our sunglasses come with a nice hard case, but these specifically come with a special case that has pockets for each of the lens clips. So,
that was going to be my next question. Do they have individual protectors for those thin?
Yep.
And awesome.
Might be hard black on black to see, but you can put up to 3 lenses in there, and then I'll usually just keep, an extra lens then just sitting on the outside of that, because this is all felt lined, so the entire inside of the case is friendly to lenses.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's awesome.
Yeah. And Steve, if you're able to hold them up to the camera just to show how flush that clip sits to the frame, you can't even tell they're clip-ons.
That's a very good point. Thanks, Dylan. So one of the great things about the system is that there's certainly aftermarket clip-on products out there, right? But when you get them, they're not, they're meant to be one size fits all glasses. Maybe they're slightly different shapes. But the problem is you have the little claws on it, or they have weird, funky. They don't marry well with the glasses. So the problem is they can look kind of dorky, or just they can be loose, or maybe they fit too far away, so you get a bunch of light reflection bouncing around in between. The beauty of these clips is each of the clip systems are based around the face shape. So like I said, we have this one, we have a slightly smaller rectangle, and we have a round one. But each of the clips that you would get with those have the same exact face shape. Show it like that. So when this is on, you can't see, like you could see a little bit because I'm holding it right up to the camera, that there's a little bit of a seam going there. But I've been with people all day wearing those glasses, and then we suddenly go indoors, or it gets a little later, and I pop the lens off, and they were like, wait, you've been wearing clip-on lenses the entire time? And so the beauty of it is that it looks like it was always a sunglass. It doesn't have any odd stuff going on. You don't have spacing that's creating reflection between the lenses. So it's, when you're wearing them like this, they look like a regular pair of glasses. No one would ever know. You get out on the water or driving in the car, outside in general, you just throw these on, and it looks like I'm wearing a pair of lifestyle or fishing glasses without anyone realizing that it's actually a clip.
So we got a couple questions here, if you guys don't mind answering, from some of the folks that are watching back home. Well, a lot of people have said the frames that they have are very comfortable. Another one says, what color style lens would you guys recommend for Florida sun and seeing bedding fish in the water? I know that there's been a lot of, it's all really down to people's preferences, but what are your guys' premier lenses that you guys would say to use? And what the style of I saw them at ICAST, where the glasses you had that have the shade or the reflectors there on the sides, and what lens you guys would recommend?
I happen to have those right here with me. Okay, yes. So I'll hit the first one quick. I'll give you the elevator pitch on our lenses. So one of the things you said that was very important is it comes down to personal preference. So everyone listening to this needs to understand that this is like conventional wisdom, but people with lighter colored eyes are more light sensitive. They might want to wear a darker lens. Some people just have a lens that they like to wear because it's their go-to, and for people who maybe just have one pair of glasses, that you had to pick which one you wanted. So it might be your best all around, but maybe in certain situations it's not as ideal. That's part of why this system is so great, because you can have it all. But anyway, so generally speaking, your gray based lens, you can kind of see the tint through my, against my shirt, or the gray with our blue cobalt mirror. Those are really good for open, bright sunshine, especially when you're out on salt water or not going to have any relief from the sun, no shade or anything. That just gives you the least amount of light transmission. And that's what and especially with the waves and the blue black, when you have blue reflecting off a lens like that, that means you're reflecting that blue light back away from all that ocean blue that would be hitting you normally in the eyes. Now, anything with a gray base is what's called like a natural tint. So it just darkens everything evenly, the entire light spectrum. So it's great for just bright out on a boat, especially if you're not relying on like sight fishing or looking for structure. That's where a gray or a gray with our cobalt mirror is your best option. For anything where you want contrast, this is more now talking freshwater fishing and in certain degree of shallow saltwater fishing, but I have a better solution even for that. For any sort of freshwater fishing where you might be sight fishing, or you're in the boat and you're navigating structure and you don't want to, nail your prop on something, our copper-based lens or copper with our sea green mirror are very good options there. The copper lens, what it does is, it's kind of funny when you put it on, it feels like it's brightening everything up, but it's also very soothing at the same time. And because it's not just a gray lens, it makes certain colors pop a little bit more. Like the one that I like to reference all the time is on a brown trout. You get like those red dots on the back of a brown trout, and those actually pop more. And sometimes if you're in a, lucky enough to be fishing a body of water where you can sight fish and actually see them behind a rock or something, it can actually help you spot the fish or see the shadow of the fish below them. And it's also fantastic for bass fishing too. You just get it's also good in like dirtier water where you really need that extra advantage. And
so
then
all of Florida.
Yeah. And then the last one is our Sightmaster Plus lens. So this is, I'm going to turn it around. It's a yellow based lens. It's going to be a little tough to see on the camera here, with a nice reflective gold mirror on there. So people aren't seeing your eyes. It's very slick looking, really nice color combination. That's good for low light situations. So that can be a super cloudy day, early in the morning, later in the evening. And it's also fantastic for saltwater flats fishing.
Oh, wow.
So like bonefish, that's a great option to go with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, so that's the lenses. I don't know if there's any follow-up questions about that. And
well,
then
I just wanted to comment on that lens. I mean, everybody, when they're trying out our glasses for the first time, they're just like, I just can't believe how good the lenses are for the price point you guys are at compared to the competition. But that tint specifically, the Sightmaster Plus, that's the one that really grabs everyone's attention, because they're like, I've never seen a lens like this when I'm out on those cloudy, dark days where most people don't wear sunglasses. I was actually fishing upstate New York last weekend, and it was a cloudy, dreary day. No one on the boat had glasses. I was wearing that pair, and I could still see into the water because it just brightens everything up, and it still has the polarization. So it's going to give you those eyes underwater on days where you don't think you need to wear sunglasses, but it's still important to do so.
Oh,
and
yeah.
going back to that comment earlier about personal preference, I mean, we have pros out on tour in the Bassmaster circuit or the Hobie Bass Open Series and so on. They wear the Sightmaster Plus lens all through the day because it just works for them. It's it's what they prefer. So the best thing you can ever do is experiment with our different lenses, try them out, try out a friend's, and so on, and find out what works for you. But what I ran through is just kind of like the general recommendation we'd make for different types of fishing and different lighting scenarios.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for explaining that. That was one of the Christopher Snurley, one of his questions that he had. He says that's what's up. If that, and that's a fantastic response there, because yeah, that's definitely mind blowing. I wanted, Stephen, you were about holding up some really, really cool eyewear that I got a chance to look at ICAST that I really fell in love with, and I'm about to place an order for. So, can you tell us a little bit about those sunglasses right there?
Yep. So this is one of the many styles we have in our floating collection. The name of the style is Monarch Float. And the cool thing about this style is this is probably our most full featured glass that we have. So it floats. I've mentioned that, which is fantastic. And then it comes with these side shields, which give you a little blockage from the side and also a little bit from the top. And then also this adjustable, nice, again, a nice feeling neoprene retainer. But the beauty of these is when you're on the water, you can be fully outfitted with all these attachments on it. And when you're off the water, you can simply, I'm doing it backwards because the way I'm looking at the camera, you just pop these shields right off like that. And you can also take the retainer off. It's just got a little pin there. And so now these look more like a pair of lifestyle glasses. So when you're off the water, driving around, going out with friends, whatever you want to do, you can wear them this way. If it's a low overcast day and you're like, oh, I don't really need the side shields today, I'd rather not wear them. And maybe you don't want to wear the retainer. You don't need this particular retainer for it to float. The glass floats on its own, but the retainer option is there if you just want to hang it around your neck when you're doing other stuff. But then like the shields just pop right back on then, right when you're ready to go back out on the water. Of course, I picked up the wrong one, so that's why I'm having an issue. Right side, left side.
I used to do it backwards.
So, so the shields just pop right back on, no issue.
They're very comfortable too, I'll tell you that much.
And then the retainer goes back on in seconds. So you really have like two types of glasses. You have a fully outfitted fishing glass for on the water, and then anytime you don't want to wear either of those accessories, you can pop them right off. And then Dylan had mentioned earlier the cases that come. So this is the typical case you get with one of our glasses. It's like a nice zipper case, comes with a microfiber cloth for cleaning your lenses. Note to everyone, do not use T-shirts, even tissues when cleaning your lenses. Always use a microfiber cloth. Even something as soft as the softest tissue can leave little micro scratches on your lenses over time. And then the nice thing about this case, so this is where you could keep your little accessories when you're not using them on this glass. And that's got a nice little carabiner, so you can click it onto your bag or, whatever you want to clip it onto so it doesn't disappear on you.
That's awesome. No, I'm definitely going to be placing an order for a set of those. Those are fantastic. We actually just had a member place an order. I got a text in the middle of while y'all were talking, and we had someone purchase a pair of your Everglades. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I mean, that's why we have you guys on here. We love our members, man. They definitely support our sponsors, but they've been, like I said, they've been wanting us to get a eyewear. We just don't bring anybody on, so we've been trying to find one, and it's taken us 3 years now, Todd? It's our third year.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, we kind of had someone in the very first, but I wouldn't really call them a true sponsor of the club. They were, it's not like you guys, have done for us, and they were ZZ Top, man, cheap sunglasses.
Yeah. But we got Evan Fracasso on here. He just bought another pair the other day. And then we did have another question about your lifetime warranty. Can you guys explain to us kind of what that process is? So if our anglers are out there and they might have some issues or something happen, what is your guys' lifetime warranty, and how does that kind of work for us as the angler if we did have to submit a claim for whatever reason?
Yeah, absolutely. So as we mentioned, it's a lifetime warranty. It covers everything besides scratched lenses and accidental damage, but still get in touch with us. We're very flexible and friendly with offering solutions there, but it truly is a lifetime warranty. We have people that bought sunglasses, like I said, back in the 80s and the 90s, and they're calling up and they're going, you guys said lifetime warranty, and I just had an issue. Can I send it back? And we go, yeah, absolutely. We may not make those sunglasses anymore because that was decades ago, but we'll send you a brand new pair of a current pair. So Those are always fun ones for us just because we get to see, as we call them, those artifacts making their way back into the building. But yeah, and our customer service department is great. You know, you're going to call up or email, you're going to get a live person on the phone. They're going to be able to help you out with what you need, you know, and that's so rare today with a lot of companies. So it definitely, it makes people more of a fan of our brand. And I can attest to that. So I've been with the company 8 years now. I started in the customer service department. So I've taken those calls firsthand and then, you know, worked my way up to marketing team and marketing manager. So like I said, you definitely feel like there's a bit of a personal touch when you deal with us. And, you know, we definitely have your back.
Well, no, that's awesome. I know I've had glasses in the past where the side piece had broke when I go to put them on my ear, and I've had some issues where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. I just go out and buy a whole brand new pair. So that's great. Customer service, from having conversations with you guys have been fantastic already. So if you guys have any issues, I mean, just again, follow the emails. I'm sure we'll post that out there for you guys as well on our social media pages. But yeah, that's going to be, hopefully that answered your question there, David. And then another question said, how do they fit with a hat on? Are they having any pressure points down there or pressure down on the ear, or is that come with style or what?
No, it's kind of funny. I'm the perfect person to answer this because Dylan can probably count on one hand how many times he's seen me not wearing a hat. So as someone who wears hats and then does the product development on this stuff, the minute we try out a design and it's like crashing, and I'm also I'm not the kind of guy who likes to have the temples out on the outside of the hat. Some people like that, but I'm not a fan of it. It has to fit with the hat. So it has to like curve down here at the right spot. I mean, everyone's head is different. Some people wear their hats a lot lower. Some people are a little higher. So that can be a difference, but comfort and compatibility with hats are one of the check boxes when we're developing styles.
That's awesome. No,
Go ahead, Bailey.
No, you're good, Todd. Sorry. No, I'm good. You go right ahead.
I was going to say one thing that I found out about the pair that I have is they are very comfortable with the hat and they fit, just right under. And I have a lanyard a lot of times that I wear with mine. And what I found with other sunglasses, they do have that pressure whenever I have the lanyard up, right? But these tend to seem like they bend back just a little bit so that when you have the lanyard right on there, it's not smashing into the back of your head, which I really like that very much.
Yeah, I can tell you we've gone back to the drawing boards on already created molds to tweak a measurement by a millimeter. It sucks when it happens, but you're doing the right thing for the product and for the end consumer. But at the end of the day, but yeah, we like they say, football's a game of inches. Eyewear design is a game of half millimeters.
Another thing that
you're doing a fantastic job for sure.
Another thing that I found I really love about them is that the arms, when you open them, they snap open, and when you close them, they have some pop to them, where other ones, they're flimsy, slide open, close. They're awesome.
That's referred to as like a cam function. So yeah, it just kind of clicks into place and clicks open. We feature that wherever we can. There's certain types of styles where it just doesn't make sense. Some of our lifestyle frames that have like a metal, like a more ornamental sort of metal hinge inside, don't have that kind of feature. And on some of the floating frames, they won't have it, but it'll still like you still get that rich. It's not like flimsy, like sometimes you pick up glasses and the temples are flopping around and it's all like, so, but yeah, that's called the cam function.
Very nice. I really like that feature that you do. And I think I've got, what are these? The blue fin, I believe.
Yep.
And what those are. Yeah, I really like them. They cover the sides well, keep the sun out, and they fit very comfortable on my big head. So.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I wasn't gonna, but that is our double XL style. So it is designed for those bigger headed people. So if anyone out there has a head on the bigger side, Bluefin Float is the pair for you.
Hey, We tell them that all the time.
My wife says I got a big head, so that's I always said not toddy head too big for the body. So
So I'm going ahead and put some names in this randomizer, and we'll do a giveaway before we have you guys off the show. We're gonna stay a little bit after because we're gonna talk. We have our first event of the year is gonna be September 7th on Lake Toho, which is about 25 minutes from where you guys were at on ICAST. So we're gonna be opening up our season on September 7th this year. So what we wanted to do since we had you on here was to give away a pair of free sunglasses to one of our members. So that is live. You have to be live and you have to be watching right now in order to receive this pair, and you'll receive them at the first event as well. You guys okay with that, Todd?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. And Dylan and Stephen, we from us as the tournament directors in the club, we greatly appreciate you guys coming on board, sponsoring us, giving us the code that our members can go out there and purchase some of your sunglasses for you. It's just very, very appreciative on our end of it, and hopefully it's beneficial. And before we go too far, what can we as a club help you guys with?
Just
other than selling sunglasses?
Yeah, no, you're on the water. Especially if you buy a floating pair and you're with someone and they're like, "Oh, I need a new pair of sunglasses." Be like, check this out. Literally, just throw it in the water and they'll see it floating. And it's just such a great feature to have. But yeah, the best marketing is word of mouth when you have satisfied customers.
Yeah, we'll definitely gonna do some of that on the water marketing for you guys for sure down here in Florida, because and like they said,
if you want to tag us on social media, we're at Hobie Eyewear, so Instagram, Facebook, and anywhere. Definitely, tag us. We'll repost it, testimonials, and that stuff. It's always great.
Nice, yeah, and we'll definitely be posting this on our. We'll definitely be posting you guys on our social media. We'll have your logos and everything on our checks. Actually, I believe Todd had. I'll kind of show you guys here what we got. Todd prints checks and stuff too, and does a lot of our marketing. So we have this right here is going to be the first check that we're going to be giving away, and we're going to have you guys as one of our main sponsors for our second event too. So we'll have it there as well.
Bailey, I'll create it. I'll put the photo in here on live stream here in just a second of the big bass.
Yeah, the big bass,
because that's what we're sponsoring is our big bass. So we've got checks specifically with just Hobie on it for our big bass,
which is going to be cool. So I mean, big bass. What we typically do is we do half and half. So it's a $10 side pot, and $5 of that pot goes directly to that event, and the other $5 gets put into a year-long lunker pot. To where last year, our big bass took home out of the whole season around $1,600. If I'm not mistaken, so which is pretty cool. But yeah, Todd, whenever you got it, I'll let you pull it up. But no, thank you guys. What is there? One question that I have is, what new product do you guys have coming out? Is it something y'all can talk about? What can we be looking for? Is there anything that's hot that you haven't said anything about already, other than what you've been talking about, Stephen?
Well, we both smiled at the same time, so that should be a good indicator that there's something big.
There's something. Y'all can't talk about it just yet.
Yeah, it'll be out in January, and then we'll come back on the show and we'll do a giveaway for that too and talk about it. But it's the.
Can we have a little bit of a teaser?
No, it's the first of its.
No.
That's the only thing I can tell you.
Well, January can't get here quick enough. Me personally, I don't want January to come. That means next month I'll be moving to North Dakota, so I don't want to be leaving Florida for 40 inches of snow. But we'll be looking forward to that exciting news, and we'll definitely have you guys back on for that. That is exciting. But definitely we're gonna do a quick giveaway. Are you guys okay with that, Todd? You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, but I can throw up the check real quick if you want.
Yeah, throw the check up. Show these guys what we're going to be giving away. Every event that we have this year, Hobie Eyewear, Big Bass is going to be walking home with a pair of Hobie Eyewear for sure.
Hobie Eyewear and a big old check. So
yes, sir.
That's what you.
Love it.
Looks pretty good.
Definitely. Well, Steven, Dylan, do you guys have anything else that you guys would like to throw at the members, the guys that are watching? And or if not, we really appreciate your time. I know you guys are busy, so.
And Dylan, thank you for coming on. Steven, thank you for coming on. I know, Dylan, you had some family coming into town, so thank you for giving us a little time.
They can wait. It's fine. I'll be seeing them all weekend.
All right. So
one thing I can say, just, we're in the business of selling sunglasses, and of course we want you guys to buy Hobies, but don't buy them just for fishing. It's very important to wear sunglasses. It protects you against long-term eye damage, UV rays, eye fatigue, you name it. So, please buy Hobie Eyewear, but buy it not just for fishing. It's important to really be wearing sunglasses anytime you're on or off the water when you're out in the sun.
Even on the beach, on the sand too, that sun reflecting off the sand can be damaging. And even on asphalt, being in the Air Force, we're out on the tarmac often. And if you're not wearing sunglasses and that sun bouncing off the asphalt, it definitely burns. It hurts. For your eyes literally feel them burning. So I definitely always have a pair of sunglasses on.
And in the snow.
And in the snow, my wife said. My wife's all about snow right now. So.
Oh yeah.
But no, yeah. Thank you guys so much. I want to keep you guys on here as we do the giveaway. And I just want to read off some names real quick to make sure that I got everyone. I have Lloyd, Evan, Snurley, Blanco, Myers, Campbell, Harrelson, Parker, Brown, Spears, Bailey, Phillips, and TQ. And then TQ's Todd. Sean said, I work in an office. All right. I do work in an office, but I also do this. All right. So you guys can see it here. I don't have it pulled up. I'm on my iPad, but you guys can see it here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the spin. Steven and Dylan, y'all want to get in on this? I'm just kidding. All right. So I'm going to hit the spin. All right. Just so you guys don't know, I'm not touching it. Let's see who it is. Hey, Blanco. Chris, we have Mr. Blanco. He is the winner of the pair of Hobie Eyewear. So, Christopher Blanco, congratulations. Please get with me. We'll get with you. Congratulations. Applaud. That's awesome. So, we'll get with you, Chris, at the first event, and we'll give you guys a pair. What's the pair, Todd? What do we got?
We have the Bluefin, or I think Everglades, right?
Oh, sorry. He says he uses prescriptions. We can run it again. Hey, all right. He was the individual talking about prescriptions. So we'll talk with you, Blanco, offline and see what we can.
Yeah.
He says feel free to do it again. I'm sorry, I'm blind. All right, so we're gonna run it back. If it's you again, then it's Destin. We'll have to get you some prescription glasses. Evan, he just bought a pair. Do you want a free pair, Evan? Or do you want me to run it back? Sorry, guys. We try to give away something for free, and it'd be like that sometimes. So, Evan, if you're still watching, you want me to run it back, or do you want the pair? I don't know if he's still watching. All right, we're going to give it to him. And, yeah, we'll get in contact with him. If he says to give it away, then we'll spin it again on our Thursday night live at our mandatory captains meeting. He said run it back, so he's on here. I'm going to run it back. Thanks, Evan. Sorry, we're trying to give away free glasses here. Come on, Chris.
Yeah, I think Evan just bought 2 pair.
So I know this guy right here. Evan actually hit us up when we announced it last week. I know this gentleman's going to be pretty happy, and I know he's actually going to benefit from it. Mr. Robert Phillips, you are the winner. Robert Phillips, congratulations. I'm going to put it here in the comment section. Let him know. Okay. There we go. Robert, I'll get with you if you plan on fishing the first event, and we'll get you a pair of those sunglasses. So, again, thank you guys, Steven and Dylan, for that. You guys are truly amazing. We appreciate your support. It's only the beginning of the season, so we're going to be putting in some orders too for some unique sunglasses to be given away at our championship as well. So again, in January, if you guys are more than welcome to come back on and talk about the new products that you're going to be releasing. And yeah, hopefully we'll do another giveaway then. That'll be awesome.
Absolutely.
There's one more question. Do they come with bifocals?
I have. We're going to be putting on our website in the next week or two a bifocal test that we're working on. I don't have a copy of the style here. It's a more lifestyle looking style with 1.5, 2.0, and 2.5 readers in either gray polarized or copper polarized. So why don't you guys stay in touch with us in about 2 weeks, connect the dots together with us and Phillips, and we'll get that sorted out.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll be quite a few of our anglers. If you guys do plan on placing an order, is it okay if we show the QR code, Todd?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what we'll do here is I'm going to place you guys over here. If you guys want to purchase a pair of Hobie Eyewear, you can go to our members only page. Todd has created this banner. You can scan that QR code, or you can click the link there, and it'll give you guys access to our discount there for the club. We highly encourage you guys going out there and getting you guys a pair of sunglasses. Don't bank on winning big bass because there's only a few anglers out there, I guess, that have been catching them. So hopefully this year we get a wide variety of you guys out there catching big bass, so that you guys all can get yourself a free pair. But definitely go out there and get you guys a pair of Hobie Eyewear. I know I am. As soon as we get off of the phone here, I'm going to go place my order. I've been waiting on them because I wanted to talk to you guys about the Monarch floating ones. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to go place the order here momentarily.
But every purchase helps support the club as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, every purchase that you guys make with that link, it does support the club in a way that we're going to make purchases back to Hobie with for our championship. So that's what we're going to be doing with that. Any money that is raised through that link is going to go right back into the members at championship. So you guys support us, but Stephen and Dylan, but we also like to make purchases not only through our members, but from us personally here as the admin to do giveaways as well on some of the specialty items that you guys have versus what you guys have donated for us for the championship. So Angler of the Year this year is going to get a pretty cool setup with you guys. So we're looking forward to it. Awesome. Well, thank you, Dylan. Stephen, is there anything else you guys want to add? What we're going to do next is we can move you guys to the back of the stage, and then me and Todd are going to continue forward talking a little bit about the upcoming event. But again, we truly, truly do appreciate your guys' support, and we're looking forward to partnering with you guys this year. So,
yeah, absolutely. Thanks again, and best of luck to everyone in the trail this season.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be part of the team.
We love it, and we're looking forward to it, Stephen. All right, thank you guys. I want to move you guys back to the back, and you guys can just, if I can figure out how to do it. Hold on. There we go. There you go. You guys can just exit out or leave the studio if you guys needed to. There's no need to stay back, but I'll get in contact with you both, Dylan and Stephen, here momentarily. So, thanks, guys. All right, Todd, you here? Let me move both to us over here. Awesome. How's everyone doing? Stickers? Question marks? Stickers? Yeah, we'll probably do something. Evan, what do you mean by stickers? Okay, well, drop your comment there. I'm just reading through some of the comments now. What we're going to spend the next 10 to 15 minutes talking about is the Lake Toho event, Hobie stickers. Todd made some hats and some shirts. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I'll talk with Dylan and those guys and see if we can get some stickers and things to do as for giveaways as well for Evan and for Mr. Blanco. Since you guys didn't get already got the glasses. So we'll see what we can do. We'll get back in contact with you guys and have something for you at the first event regardless. So, there's a couple things that we want to talk about and discuss before we have the mandatory captains meeting next Thursday at 7. But one thing I will say, if you guys are new here, I sent out an email through Fishing Chaos earlier this week talking about the upcoming event and that what the mandatory captains meeting looks like on the lives that we do. Every Thursday, the Thursday before every event, it's mandatory that you guys tune in to watch that mandatory captains meeting. That's where we're going to go over a lot of the tournament details if you haven't been able to locate them on the tournament dashboard on Fishing Chaos. Answer any questions you guys have. We're going to outline all the safety requirements, all the important details as far as meetup location after the event, where the award ceremony is going to be held, all of that stuff. It's also a great opportunity for you guys to answer questions that you guys may have if it's your first event. One thing I will tell you, I cannot express this enough, angler responsibility. We're kicking off this year. We have a ton of new anglers, a ton of new members to the Florida Kayak Bass Trail, more than we've seen since we've started this club a couple years back. So, which is awesome. That means our trails, our names getting out there, and folks, our members are talking really well about the club and making folks want to join, which we truly appreciate, and we're extremely grateful for it. Trust me, I think we're at like 14 brand new members that have signed up so far, and we know how some of the kayak anglers are. We know that you guys wait more towards the last of the minute to get signed up. We hit 50 members yesterday, which is cool. So we're super excited about that. Sean, I'm gonna have to mute you. You coming in late? No, I'm just kidding. He works late now, but we'll introduce Sean here in a second, and once we get done talking, because I know he has something that he wants to say. I forgot my train of thought. Sean, you threw me off. What was I saying? Oh, 50 members. So, again, registration for Toho ends the 6th at 11:59. What that means, if you sign up on that Thursday or that Friday, the payouts are going to be more towards Wednesday and the following Wednesday and Thursday. We are going to have checks written, paid to be able to pay out there at the event, but they will not be able to be cashed until the Wednesday or Thursday following the event. So that's why it's best for folks to get signed up early. I know it's not necessarily, possible or feasible for some folks, which is fine. That's why we keep it open until 11:59. But if you guys can get signed up as soon as possible, that does help us know, kind of feel how many people we're going to have there, and being able to pick the right spots for the meetups. So make sure that it can hold everybody. So please, please, please go look at that email. Turn on your notifications on Fishing Chaos to where you can receive notifications. There's been a new upgrade or an update to Fishing Chaos. Make sure you go in there and you do the update. Make sure that you guys do all of your location settings. Make sure your location settings are good. Your photos settings are good. Make sure all of your photos are good so that you guys can be squared away. Because I will tell you guys this right now, and I'm going to tell you guys again on Thursday. Our judges for this coming season have been told, and they are very familiar with the rules about angler responsibility. We're not going to be, this is the first tournament, we're going to let it slide. We're going to hold the ground from the first tournament all the way to the championship this year, right? So that's knowing when last photo submission is, so that you guys can make sure you're off the water in time if you're in a place with no service to upload those photos. And also, it's to make sure that you guys are taking proper photos as well, right? So over the head photos that are clear. The catch board and the Yak Attack leaderboard are approved measuring devices. If you guys didn't see that post that we dropped in the middle of the week, yes, we are going to authorize the Yak Attack leaderboard for this season. It is not reflected in the 24-25 rules. That's fine. But we are allowing that. We will make the updates here momentarily to make sure that is that it does reflect. But you may use them. Some tips and tricks: make sure all the increments are visible, your board is clean, and that you guys input the proper measurements. If it's a 25 1/4, it's a 25 1/4. Make it easier on our judge so that they are not having to struggle. But ultimately, it's your responsibility. If your fish gets disqualified and you don't have another one to replace it, that fish is disqualified. Read the rules. And in regards to reading the rules, there has been only one person that found it. And what are you saying, Chris? Found what? In a section of the rules, there was a test. It's in the truth and verification portion of the rules. We had one member reach out to me. Mind you, the rules were published in July or June, and we gave it a week for anglers to come forth and say, hey, I saw this and followed the instructions, and they were going to receive a reward. It took a little bit. However, we received Blake Johnson sent me an email or sent me a message earlier this week saying, "Hey, I found your test in the rules." So what we're gonna do is he's gonna get a BB1 lose BB1 reel at the first event. And thank you, Blake, for reading the rules from front to back. We just want to make sure that folks are paying attention, and that was an easy way for us to do a giveaway. So we gave away a lose BB1 reel to you, Blake, for doing that and reporting it to us, even though it was a couple months after the deadline. But we're going to honor it. So good job there, bud. That will be removed from the rules, though. And Blake said this. Blake said, my wife said I can fish the tournament on September 7th. It's their 11th year wedding anniversary. I think she's going to fish it too. It's her first tournament ever. That is fantastic. That's really cool. Yeah, that's going to be exciting to spend your 11th year anniversary on Lake Toho. Okay, that's awesome. And then we got 17 signed up so far, looking like it's going to be a good turnout. Yeah, definitely. You guys get signed up. What is Timothy talking about when he says, "I'll take 25 and 3/8"?
He was responding to your talk about the Yak Tack board, verifying the increment markings were properly marked.
Yes, definitely. It's important. I mean, Chris Mitchell, he's been out fishing and using the Yak Attack leaderboard. He's actually the angler that I've really been leaning on in regards to he was really the one that helped us identify and make the final decision on allowing the Yak Attack leaderboard as an approved measuring device. We spent a lot of time with him on the water and getting some of his feedback from it. And he messes up. He's messed up this past weekend in a tournament where he put I think it was 20 something or 19 or something and 3/4 when it was really a 19 1/4. So the new leaderboard, it does have, it can be not confusing, but it's a little different than the catch leaderboard or the catch board. Just be careful, be mindful of that, and make sure you're putting in the right increments. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Again, I cannot stress enough angler responsibility, reading the rules, because it's all spelled out there. If we're missing something, let us know before the 6th or before next Thursday. Be familiar on how Angler of the Year is going to work. Be familiar on what it's going to take to qualify for the championship. The safety requirements when it boils down to photo criteria. At the very back end of the rules, you're going to see penalties. It's going to list everything, not everything, but it lists the majority of what you would or could potentially get penalized for during one of our events. And oh yeah, by the way, when you register for our event, you click that you have read and you understand the rules. What that does is that says when you violate that rule, it kind of gives you no leg to stand on. We're going to be like, okay, well, you read the rules, you clicked yes. If you click no, that's fine. Notify us what you have a question about, and we'll clear those things up to make sure that you are squared away for the first event. Andrew Cordero said, "Is there an FKBT decal and sticker for the catch boards?" We actually, Todd, did we make any of those this year?
No, we didn't make any more, but I still have some, I guess you call it the OG, little stickers that the round ones. We have, I don't know if we have any more of the vinyl ones, but it does not, Andrew, it does not have to be FKBT sticker on there. It can be any sticker.
As long as it meets the requirements.
As long as it meets the requirements, and it's, you have some, what's the word I'm looking for?
Contrast.
You can tell contrast. Black is not a good sticker to use. A black bump board or a black sticker is not good. So, having some white or other colors, it gives some contrast, and it makes a huge difference when you are judging those fish. One other thing I will say about the Yak Attack board, coming from a judging point of view, is the lines run all the way. So be very careful when you are entering stuff. Make sure you have the right measurements, because on the catch boards, you've got little half nicks in there, where I believe on the Yak Attack it runs the full length. Is that correct?
Yes, and Andrew, just so that you're aware, in section 7 of our rules underneath measuring device, you're going to see some photos that are there as well. But a sticker or engraving must be used on the fence of the bump board, and it must be centered. The minimum size is 1.75 inches in diameter, or a 3-inch by 1-inch sticker. And there's photos on there. If you have questions, what we typically do, anyways, on Thursday. So I will make a post on our Florida Kayak Bass Trail official page. And what we do is we do virtual board checks before the event. So if you are fishing the event and you're a registered angler, you will take a snapshot of your board and submit it to that post. And what we do is we all go through it. We go through each one of them and verify that everyone has their an approved contrasting mark, and that their board is clean to where it'll make it easier for our judges to score. We do that to eliminate anything from possibly happening whenever the tournament happens, or during the tournament, to where you guys have less confusion and potentially disqualifying fish due to an issue with your board. If you plan on bringing 2 boards with you, submit both photos and we will review it, and then we will comment on your photos there on if anything needs to be addressed or if your boards are good to go. And that is mandatory that we do before each and every event. But we might get some more decals made at some point, and then we'll hand them out. I don't know if it'll be here ready for the first event like it was last year, but we'll put in an order here for some, since we do have quite a few new members. And yes, Todd does have the identifier cards. They are in. Everyone will receive an identifier card, either at the boat ramp. We're going to have a few of us kind of spread out among in different areas. It's okay if you don't have that one for the first event. What we're going to allow is the one from last year and this one for the entirety of the year. It doesn't matter, as long as it's a FKBT identifier. We're going to allow you guys to utilize those. We also have the PDF version that we will upload and post on our members only page, where you can print those out, laminate them, cut them up, have 30, 40 of them in your kayak, and have them at your disposal that way. But yes, you will get a PVC identifier card at the first event if one of the tournament directors are at that boat ramp. But yeah, thanks for that question, Andrew. Yeah, sorry, Blake. We already did the drawing. Robert Phillips was the winner. We're going to continue to do drawings all throughout the year, so that ain't your last opportunity, I promise. So we have Robert Phillips going home with a pair of Hobie Eyewear, and we got Blake Johnson going home with a BB1 Lose Reel for paying attention and responding back to us in regards to the whole rules thing that we had inputted there earlier on in the year. What I can tell you right now is things that we're going to be giving away at the first couple events. We got some some Lose Signature Series rods that we're going to be giving away. We got some BB1 reels that are going to be given away. Some Beyond Braid that just came in the mail. We're going to be giving away throughout the first couple events. We got some Strike King soft plastics. We got some Rapala product, as well, as far as like some of their tackle and storage bins. Yes, Granger, you can have multiple codes on an identifier card. Todd, can you actually? I'll pull up our identifier card real quick. So, for those new anglers, our identifier card looks like this. That white portion there, you can utilize with as whatever codes that you want to put on there. I would suggest that you make our tournament codes easily identifiable, so that our judges can see that. But yes, you may utilize all of that space there in the bottom for your identifier codes. But yeah, we got quite a bit of product that we're going to be giving away. I'm still working We're going to break it up into 3 events. For your first 3 events, we're going to be giving away those rods. We're going to give away Strike King, some Beyond Braid stuff, and Rapala stuff. And then we're going to transition over for another 3 events where we're going to be giving away another couple of our sponsors' products and just kind of shift through it that way. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a fantastic year. You have to be present at the award ceremonies in order to receive those in-person giveaways. If you are not, make sure that you notify one of the tournament directors that you guys aren't going to be there, so that we can verify your submissions. Failure to notify a tournament director that you will not be in attendance at one of the award ceremonies, you'll be disqualified from the event. Your submissions will be disqualified, and no points towards Angler of the Year will be awarded. So make sure that you guys read and understand what that means, so that you guys do not hurt yourself in that way. But yeah, we're not here to do that. It's just it's just that's how we do things here at the FKBT. If you have any questions on what that looks like, definitely feel free to reach out to us. Our whole thing here is we want people to be at the meetup so that we can hang out. You guys can get to meet one another. We will take some videos, some photos of the checks and first place winners, 1st through 3rd. We are going to do a 4th and 5th place check, right, Todd? It's going to be a universal one. Are we going to do that, or no? We might talk about that again and get something for the second event. If you're in 4th and 5th place and you want to check, you can reach out to Todd Quillen, and we'll get you a 4th and 5th place check like purchased, but it'll be through you guys. The FKBT is only purchasing 1st through 3rd, but 4th and 5th is more than welcome to get them printed at their own cost. But yeah, we definitely have been putting in a lot of hard work. Sean moving, Todd doing what Todd does, and then with me working. It's been difficult. Sorry that we haven't been able to go on live every Thursday, but we have to give back to our families as well and take care of them. So we're back at it now. We're in the seat. Sean's going to be working long hours, so we're not going to really get a chance to see him too much. Those are probably wondering where Chris Clutter is. He got a new position in a Pop Good where he's been kind of tapped out. So not sure how much involvement he's going to have. He got promoted, so he's trying to figure all that out. He's a detective now, right? Detective Clutter.
Detective Clutter. That's what we're going to call him, Detective Clutter.
He's doing God's work in Apopka, so not sure. He'd probably be out fishing some of these events, but not too sure with the schedule yet. He's still out there fishing, but
he'll be at the first event.
He is?
Yeah, he'll be there. I talked to him today.
Oh, you did? Okay, so he'll be there, which is good.
I was going to highlight one thing. I know we talked about it one time already, but I'll reiterate: read the rules. Specifically, look at like pre-fishing when it ends. That was a change, so take a look at that, because that's
noon on Friday.
Yep, noon on Friday is when pre-fishing ends. So just glance. I wouldn't say glance. I would say read through them. It's going to take you 10 minutes to go through the whole thing from top to bottom. Unless you need bifocals to read like Robert Phillips, then it might take you a little bit longer. I don't know. But yeah, definitely read the rules. I think it's going to be myself and Daniel judging this year. I don't think I'll be able to fish any events. Most of you guys all have my phone number. It's pretty public knowledge in the group chat. If you just search Sean Spears, you can find mine and Chris Bailey's number. I think it'll be on the tournament dashboard page.
Yes.
For each event. So if you guys have any issues on the water, you can reach out to me directly during the tournament, not Chris Bailey or Todd Quillen. Now, if you don't get a hold of me, by all means, reach out to him during tournament day. But I'll be up on the net, judging fish, fielding all questions while you guys are out in the water if you need any assistance. But I think Chris covered it all. Looking forward to this season. Hopefully, I do. I'm going to try and make it down in at least one event in December. I'm going to try and fish 2 or 3 this year, but the new work hours, like Bailey said, I mean, I worked till 8 yesterday and 6:30 today. So
So yeah, a lot of folks are. Oh, it's Harrelson. I was like, who's this person? There's a couple folks on here. Oh, and I actually, yeah, thank you guys for talking about. I'm not too much about bragging or talking about our KBT bracket win, but yeah. So this past month, myself, Sean, Harrelson, and Mitchell, we did something that we haven't ever done before, and it was just an amazing month, right? So the KBT, the Kayak Bass Trail, they had a team bracket, a 2-man team bracket, and they're actually doing it again in September, and they're partnering with Heroes on the Water as like their charity event for the year, which is an amazing organization that gets veterans out on the water and fishing. But if you guys haven't looked it up, I'm going to share it on our members only page. It's a month long. So what the format is I don't know actually what it is. I don't know what the format is for this month. Last month was a 2-man team. It's $25 buy-in each. If for the first round, each team member pays $25, so $50 a team. It's on Tourney X. What you do is they do a random drawing, put you against another team somewhere in the country. You guys go out and you both compete. Sean was in North Carolina, I was in Florida, and we would compete against anglers, another 2-man team somewhere in the country. And the winner would move on to the next bracket. Then you would have to pay another $25 entry fee per angler, and that money just got put in towards the pot. The cool thing is the tournament started on Friday at 6 p.m. and went till Sunday at 6 p.m. And you lines in is lines in to lines out. Like there's no off period between when it starts and when it ends. And this past month was your best 10. And it was an amazing opportunity. It actually did come down to 2 Florida teams. It was myself and Sean versus Harrelson and Chris Mitchell. And it was an epic battle. There was a bunch of big fish caught. A lot of fun. A lot of fun was had. A lot of memories were made. And a lot of tears were shed for the elite sticks. But yeah, the Tiger Tanks, your Chris and Sean, we definitely came out victorious on that. Caught some real big fish, and had a lot of fun. It's like I said, it's not about the money. It was real more so about the camaraderie and the competitiveness that this brought out between myself, Sean, and let's be real, it was me versus Harrelson and Mitchell. I'm just kidding, Sean, but it really was. I had a lot of weight on my shoulders because Sean's on a new body of water, and he found them. He just found them between 6:02 on Sunday and 7:02 on Sunday. I was on the phone with him. He caught about 20 fish when lines were out, but yeah, we took home the win. Harrelson and Mitchell's got a couple cool little prizes coming their way. So we're excited about that. But if you guys are interested in a 2-man team concept, it's phenomenal. Like it was a lot of fun. Those guys were great. It was, like I said, I can't speak anything but good things about those guys. And it was how it was ran. There was a couple hiccups here and there. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. And I will post that following. It'll go all the way through September. If you win, you keep winning, and it'll go until the end of September. So, yeah, it's fun. But yeah, that's all I got.
I think just reading, I think it's going to be like a month long. Top 50 fish for a team, or I think they're going to do team and individual. So
this
it'll
month
be
will
interesting.
Be individual. Yep. I'm thinking since I'm not going to be doing too much of the competing in the FKBT, I might sign back up again for September because I'll be gone October and November to an academy up in the Panhandle, so I won't be here for the October or November event. So that actually might be the last team thing that I do before I head out to go do some training up north. But yeah. More to come on that. I'll post some information and the link on our members only page so you guys can get signed up. John Fox asked, are there any opens this year? We had one open. Hey, we would love to do opens, John, but to be completely honest with you, for how much time and effort that goes into them, and all the other trails that are going on in Florida where Bass is having their championship kind of towards the end of September. That's why we're doing our event in the first week instead of the second week is to give anglers time to pre-fish. We honestly just haven't had any real participation in those opens. We had, I think, 13 at the boat ramp beatdown, which was really fun, and that was a good time. But stuff during the season, we don't want to kind of interfere with any of the other trails, since you guys are already kind of dedicated to those. But if the opportunity presents itself, I don't see why we couldn't do one. We just don't want to step on anybody else's toes and want to respect those other trails that are out there. But yeah, we'd love to do it, but just keep your eye open on the members only page. If it's something you guys want to do where it's an off week and we want to do like a quick, open tournament for something that's going on, it'd be a good way for us to earn some money to go towards the championship. We might do it. When are you out of here, by the way, too? I saw your post. When are you going back up north so that I can at least gauge, if you guys are interested in an open and we get participation, then we'll do one. But again, we got a lot of stuff going on right now, and that's not on our one of our priorities at the moment. But yeah, good. Thank you for bringing that up. Anything else? I'm trying to go through here and see if we got anything else.
I'll throw out there too is if anybody wants any sun shirts, FKBT sun shirts, not necessarily the jersey. If you want the full jersey, you can go on the Wildwear site and order it. But if you just want, something like what Bailey's got on, reach out to me, let me know. Or if you want hats, let me know, because I've kind of been doing a lot of them here lately for other clubs and stuff, but I can throw some together for you if you want some for our club.
Andy does the vintage Columbia style shirts as well, short sleeve and long sleeve. If you guys aren't a big fan of these, he has many of options and things that he can hook you up with to get you guys some apparel. It's all I pretty much wear. My wife loves them. Hoodies. I mean, anything you guys want, Todd's your man. If you got a business out there and you guys need any sort of printing done, TQ right here can hook you up. He definitely has been doing a lot of work for us in the military too. He's been a huge supporter of a lot of the organizations here at MacDill Air Force Base and doing really good work. So if you guys need any of that, he's one of our main sponsors too for the club. Even though he helps run it, he also has a business that he works his butt off on every single day. When we get off the phone here, he's probably going to be on the computer again, for another 1 to 2 hours before he goes to bed. So he puts in a lot of work.
It's been a long day. I may have to go to bed early tonight.
Yeah, your wife just got home, and we're keeping you on here. So, Mitchell, you're a little late, bud. It's 8:22. You need to go to bed. He's just now hopping on. So, but yeah, no, we appreciate you guys. It's been 1 hour and 23 minutes. Hobie Eyewear was phenomenal. Hopefully you guys can get out there and support the brand. They are I'm super stoked. I can't be more excited. Thank you, Todd and David. Those are the two guys that worked the deal at ICAST with them. And yeah, you guys did phenomenal on that. We got quite a few other sponsors that are going to come in and hop on throughout the year. And kind of talk about their products. But all I can say and all that we can request from you guys is when you're buying these products or you get a prize, or a raffle or whatever it is, please, use your social media platforms. Go out there and tag them and say, hey, thanks for the product. It's amazing. If you're out on the water using it, snap some photos, videos, whatever that is, and post it on their social media. They love to see that stuff, but we love to see it too, because that tells them that our members are supporting them. And then that makes it easier next year whenever we say, hey, would you guys like to continue your sponsorship with the club? It's an easy yes for those guys. So again, we appreciate your support. And we are definitely looking forward to 2024 and 2025. It's going to look a little different. What you got?
I was going to say one thing about the eyewear, Hobie eyewear. I've got some Costas. The Hobies blow my Costas away.
Your Costas came off of a certain website, didn't they, Todd?
Nope. No, they came from No,
That's just kidding.
my courses come from Academy, so they cost twice as much as Hobie, and the Hobies blow them away.
Hey Todd, put on your hat. Put on your hat so we can see it. You got your new one?
No, that's for tournament day.
Oh,
We'll see
God.
on tournament day. If you're at the
Todd,
tournament, see my new hat. It's all secret.
All right. You gonna put an FKBT logo on it?
We might.
All right. Yeah, if y'all ain't missing, y'all are missing out when y'all see Todd. Y'all are gonna have to grab you one of those hats. But again, it's 1:25. We don't want to keep you guys too much longer. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We look forward to next Thursday at 7 p.m. is going to be our mandatory captains meeting for the first event of the year on Lake Toho. So make sure you tune in there. Drop your name in the comment section to receive credit for it. But until then, if you're going out on the lake to pre-fish this weekend, it is Labor Day weekend, so be safe on the water. Make sure you guys have all your safety equipment, your registration, all of that stuff, in case you do get stopped, because I can almost guarantee FWC and the police department's going to be out on the lake. Just be smart. Folks are out there drinking and driving on those boats can easily not see a kayaker, and even airboaters too, or mud boats if you guys are there. So just definitely keep your head on a swivel. Be safe out there. Have fun. Go catch some giants. Post them on our social media page. And I'm thrilled. I'm jacked. I'm ready to go. We're going to have a good time this year. And we are going to knock this one out of the park. So again, Sean, we're sorry that you can't make this one, but at the end of the day, you're going to be in good hands judging our fish. So hopefully you guys keep him busy up there in North Carolina.
Hopefully you don't blow the lead on Toho again this year.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. And with that,
we'll tell you, Sean, the good thing about judging the fish, it will make you feel like you're here with us. I still judge the fish in Tennessee, so it makes me feel like I'm still on the water.
Yeah, he's going to see what he couldn't do if he was here.
Okay. You beat me one time in your life on Toho.
Shoot. Hey, it was when it counted, though. It was when it counted.
Every time counts. Bragging rights are on my court.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sean P is going to be DQ happy. I already know. He's going to DQ all of my fish. So if I catch him.
I'm a very rules-oriented guy, so get your P's and Q's in line.
That's right. All right, guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday at 7 p.m. Tight lines. Be safe this weekend and have fun. And we'll see you guys Thursday.
Go crush them.
Peace out.